Guys, today it's a different video. I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me get the book. It's not a normal story. Well, for this story, it's manga. Like and subscribe for part 2. Well, this guy left. He said, I gotta go. The person who left behind said, okay. As he was flying on whatever you can call it, he's just standing on something and flying. I don't know what to name it, but anyways, let's continue. A few hours later, he arrived to Red Ribbon Army. He said, Red Ribbon, I have to kill them, and started taking them out one by one. He teleported behind one and smashed him. He awakened his sword. He did his triple slash with his sword. And then a Red Ribbon ship came. He did his Basenko, which was a beam. It blew up the Red Ribbon thing, but then he saw there was a guy who he could not see properly. He went closer and then saw him. And then he entered a suit for the Red Ribbon. He beamed it with his mouth. He crashed to the wall. He prepared his arm, and then he punched it between, breaking passed through the wires until his muscles, and then it exploded. He said goodbye. And then after he said goodbye, he went back to check. No, he attacked more, did the same stuff. And then another ship came. 10 more ships came. He was wondering what he could do. And then he transformed. And then after that, he wondered where they're all coming from. He sensed the key where all the ships are coming from, and there was the leader. They fought as rivals, clutch to clutch, fist to fist, leg to leg, head to head. They both transformed and continued clutching, but then the leader transformed to a higher and then punched him. He fell really back down to the ground. And then there he was, using his last form. If he fights under the sun and he uses that form, the hair becomes red. Under the moon, it becomes white. And so it was the sun. And the sun makes it more OP. So he just transformed bravely. And they clutched to clutch, and then he punched him, kicked him, teleported in front, behind him again, kicked him. So they are just going as rivals, clutch to clutch. But then he went to his last gear 6. His last form, the form. Gear is like the form. So he went to his gear 6. And then he made it too much power. He kicked him all away, and then he found the 3 more remaining. That one was the yellow one. So the 3 more, the green one. is the no, not two more were the blue and red one. So he found blue, and so they were clutching just as rivals. But then blue actually kind of got him. That made his power work. He was so much in anger, he made his ultimate form 10, and it was more OP, like Form 11. So, but then there was no Form 11. So the guy just beat him up and then went back, detransformed, and then he saw the red. It was much harder, and he can only go until gear 10. He can't think of another gear. So after that, the guy seriously could not believe him. So he was wondering how he could beat red, and then he thought of using his blade. If you're wondering how he used triple slice, if you had the blade, so he equipped his blade and used his power on his blade, and him and gear 10, the blade in the form of the blade, the gear of the blade was the 20th form, the sun form. So it's like he could just slice the neck, but then it could not work. There's a villain who made him an android. So he sliced up the android, and then he remembered what he did with his fist, and then punched back and went through his muscles. And so the guy, the red ribbon leader, the red leader could not believe, and he ran away, but gear 10 can keep him up. So they went flying, and then he asked, "Where are you going?" He refused to answer. So it would mean there's another person, because if he refused to answer and said, "Is it another person?" and then said no, shook his head, as he was quietly putting a smug. And so he did that, and then so about what he was running about, he quietly kept a smug on his face, and so he saw that smug and knew there was another one, but he could not tell the location, because he can only sense until the red ribbon leaders. So he charged up and went the direction he was going. So he reached there, and then first kicked red out of the blue, and then started going with the rivals as the master. And so the master was pretty hard to beat, and so he brought his whole crew with gear 11 and gear 20 swords, and so they all did the 15th slice times 3, which could take out the master, and then he successfully went back. They went back to their homes, and then the next day the city was almost destroyed. So he destroyed all the red ribbons, but he's reached the green ribbon, and so And so he just, what can you call it? He just destroyed everything, and 10 years later they rebuilt everything, every home, and kept more guards, which were not part of the crew. The crew lived on this place. What can I call it? They lived in a place called, what was it? They lived there. So they lived in a place called Red Rocks Camp, where the green ribbon stays. And so it had a bunch of guards, and then there were 15 main characters there. And so that's the end of the story. Make sure to like and subscribe and activate the bell. Peace.